Alright guys, welcome back to Underground Science, and in this video we'll be talking about the layers of a blood vessel, in particular an artery, alright? So let's go and get started. So let's draw a cross section of an artery right here like this, alright, like so. So we're going to have, right here in the middle, we're going to have the lumen, so it's going to be an artery traveling, or just an artery present in our body. It's going to be a lumen, right? This is where all the red blood cells are going to be traveling, and all the plasma and all the good stuff, right? All the formed elements of the blood. And then out on the next part of this cross-section drawing, we're going to have our endothelial layer, right? Our endothelial cells, our specialized epithelial cells, all right? So our endothelial cells right here. So it's going to I'm just going to go and color it in instead of draw the individual cells out. All right, so let's just go and draw it in right here and just color it in real quick. So this is our endothelial cells, all right, surrounding our lumen of our blood vessel. So we're talking about an artery here. So let me go and write it down. So this is, in this video, we're talking about the blood vessel layers of an artery. All right. Next, after that, we're going to have something called a basement membrane. All right. So let's go and draw the basement membrane like so. And then we're going to have a smooth muscle layer. All right. Mostly a smooth muscle and an elastin layer. So let me go and draw the smooth muscle layer like so. All right, a smooth muscle layer like so. That's looks pretty bad. Sorry about that. Let me go and erase that real quick. So we're going to have a smooth muscle layer next. Let's draw a regular smooth muscle layer. Instead of saving time, we'll save time and not color it in, right? And just draw like a line. Right, almost looks like a donut. And so this is going to be our smooth muscle layer. And right now I just realized I should be labeling these all. So in red, we have our endothelial layer. All right, so our endothelial layer. And then in our green color, right, we have our basement membrane. All right, sweet. Then we said in our light orange, right, we have our smooth muscle layer. Okay, so our smooth muscle layer. And also we have a good amount of elastin fibers, elastin protein fibers, spread all along the smooth muscle layer. And why is that? Because remember, we're talking about an artery here. So this artery will undergo high pressure when it gets pumped. When the heart pumps our arteries, right, especially our arteries, we expand, and either we have to expand our arteries, right, really fast under high pressures because of our heart, and we have to constrict our arteries also, so that's going to be the role of the smooth muscle. So let me go write that down. So there's a smooth muscle layer here in our arteries, because remember we can undergo either vasoconstriction, which involves the contraction of our smooth muscle cells, smooth muscle cells, or we can undergo vasodilation, which is the relaxation of our smooth muscle cells. That's why we need that's why we need a smooth muscle layer. Why do we need elastin in our smooth muscle layer? Well, because elastin, so let me go and label this. So this is elastin. And elastin, just like it says, is elastic. All right, so it's stretchy. It makes the arteries stretchy, and that's good because heart pumps, our arteries are under high pressure, so we need it to be able to stretch and compensate for that high pressure, right? So it makes our arteries, right, in this video, because we're talking about arteries, stretchy. All right, so that's good. And this is healthy too, because you may have heard that your arteries can undergo atherosclerosis, where they get stiff and hardened, and your elastin fibers don't work properly, which isn't good. Okay, so that's the layers of the blood vessel, or artery blood vessel so far. The next layer after our smooth muscle layer and our elastin layer inside our smooth muscle layer is going to be our, let's go ahead and choose a different color, blue, is going to be our last layer, made up of mostly collagen. All right, so it's just going to be a collagen layer here. Okay, and it depends on the artery size if there's going to be other things in this last layer. So let's go and write this down. This is going to be our mostly collagen layer. All right, and so now before we start talking about something else, now let's go and actually name the layers. So our endothelial layer, and our basement membrane layer fall into one category in terms of layers. What's that category? Well, that category is called our tunica intima layer, all right, of our artery blood vessel. Our tunica intima layer involves our endothelial layer and our basement membrane layer. Now, our smooth muscle layer and our elastin fibers inside the smooth muscle, both of them are part of the tunica media layer. All right, so our smooth muscle, I'm going to circle this, join them together. Our smooth muscle layer, let's go and join these together. And our elastin fibers inside our smooth muscle layer is called our tunica media layer, all right, of our blood vessel. And our last layer that we just said, our collagen layer, mostly collagen layer, is going to be our tunica externa layer. All right, so those are the three basic layers of our blood vessel, all right? This is also called the tunica adventitia layer. All right, so we got that down. Now, what I was about to say then is that it depends on the size. Okay, so if our blood vessel, our artery blood vessel is big, all right, is a big artery blood vessel, then we're gonna have actually smaller blood vessels supplying our tunica external layer, right? So it's kind of weird. We have blood vessel supplying a blood vessel, but it's supplying the most outer layer of the blood vessel. So we're going to see small blood vessels, right? Small blood vessels supplying our tunica adventitia layer, all right, our most outer layer. So this is for large arteries, all right? So we're going to have blood vessel supply on our tunica adventitia layer, just small blood vessels, if our artery or blood vessel is large, okay? And we also see that we have nerve endings here too in our tunica external layer, all right? So we have nerve endings here also. So we have nerve endings, our synapse, right? We have nerve endings here also in our tunica. What? Tunica external layer, all right? So let's go ahead and draw some nerve endings here. There you go. So we also have nerve endings in or synapsing on our tunica external layer. All right, and we also have nerves that synapse on our tunica media layer, right, for our smooth muscles for vasoconstriction and vasodilation. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to cover for our basic layers of our blood vessel, and when we're talking about an artery, right, and just know that our smooth muscle layer, right, our tunica media layer is generally the most thickest layer of our blood vessel, all right? So when we're talking about an artery, generally, all right, because it has a lot of smooth muscle, right? Remember, it has a lot of smooth muscle and it has a lot of elastin, all right? So it has a lot of smooth muscle and a lot of elastin. So generally, our tunica media layer is going to be our thickest layer among our blood vessel, all right? Among our three layers of our blood vessel. All right, so our thickest. And guys, that ends the video. So hopefully this video made sense to you guys. Make sure to tune into my future videos. We'll talk about more cool topics about biochem, physics, and chem. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, like, and subscribe. And see you guys later, and stay safe.